Hello, welcome back to Hyper Gossip, your go-to for the most intriguing tales from Hollywood's glittering yet shadowy past. Today we're diving into a lesser-known regret that haunted tough guy actor Richard Boone, the Hollywood role he wished he'd never taken. Known for his gritty portrayal of Paladin in Have Gun, Will Travel, and a long string of commanding Western and war film roles, Boone had a career marked by masculine authority and dramatic intensity. But behind the scenes, there was one film that left him disillusioned, frustrated, and, according to close friends, deeply regretful for the rest of his life. The role in question was in the 1973 psychological thriller, The Last Dinosaur. Boone played the role of Maston Thrust Jr., a wealthy big-game hunter who travels to a hidden prehistoric world. On the surface, it had all the makings of a cult classic. Dinosaurs, adventure, and a charismatic, larger-than-life character tailor-made for Boone's style. However, the reality of the film's production turned out to be anything but exciting. Originally intended as a serious science fiction adventure, the film quickly spiraled into campy absurdity. The special effects were subpar, the script became more ridiculous with every draft, and Boone, now in his mid-50s, found himself clad in safari gear, delivering overwrought lines to rubbery dinosaur puppets. Boone, a classically trained actor who studied under the legendary Sanford Meisner, was no stranger to theatrical standards. He had built a reputation as a thinking man's tough guy, someone who could blend raw force with psychological depth. But The Last Dinosaur reduced him to a caricature. Friends later recalled that Boone was furious during filming, often clashing with the Japanese-American production crew over direction and tone. He hated how the film leaned into camp rather than treating the material seriously, and he reportedly drank heavily throughout production out of sheer disappointment. After the movie's release, Boone never publicly slammed the film, but his attitude toward it was clear. He refused to discuss it in interviews and allegedly turned down several late-career roles that reminded him of the same B-movie aesthetic. What stung most was not just the embarrassment, but that The Last Dinosaur came during a period when Boone was trying to reshape his legacy and pursue more meaningful roles. Instead, the film became a punchline among critics and fans alike, something Boone felt undermined the seriousness he tried to bring to his work. In Hollywood, regret is an occupational hazard, but for Richard Boone, The Last Dinosaur was more than just a bad career move. It was a symbol of an industry shifting away from the rugged, moral complexity that actors like him had spent decades embodying. It haunted him, not just because it was a bad film, but because it marked the beginning of the end of the kind of storytelling he believed in. Thanks for watching Hyper Gossip. Stay tuned for more Hollywood tales that go beyond the red carpet and straight into the heart of fame's bitter truths.